So at the end of Kingdom Hearts Union Chi, we were told that Ephemera had passed away after establishing the nexus from which all worlds spring, Scala at Caelum. This is complete with Ephemera being immortalized in the town center of the island that Brain appeared on when he meets Sigurd. But before we came to know this, we were treated with an appearance of Ephemera within Kingdom Hearts 3 after Sora breaks time creating a singularity, assisting in stopping the catastrophic demon tide within the Keyblade graveyard. His appearance then is commemorated with Sora being physically connected to the deceased Keyblade wielders, whose hearts raised their Keyblades, allowing Sora to utilize their power. This scene was a major paradox that we all looked for the answer for, complete with some, myself included, believing that this scene was tied to the super boss you can find within the Keyblade graveyard named Dark Inferno. But within Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, we may have a new answer or a new part of the answer to possibilities to how that scene from Kingdom Hearts 3 may have come to be, and an answer to one of the major components of the history of the Kingdom Hearts series in totality. So within the legend of the current world, it's stated that the light within children that survived the destruction of the one world saved the world from destruction by darkness. We know this is to be the event at the end of Kingdom Hearts Key, a world that only Ephemera and Luxu would see at the end of Union Key. As Ephemera escaped from the Data Daybreak Town, crafted by the Master of Masters to be a cage for the darknesses that would infect the Union leaders, and presumably the foretellers as well, hold on to the idea of the foretellers being trapped within the Data Daybreak Town, because they're important to how this theory will loop back around. So at the end of Kingdom Hearts Union Key, player character resolves to die and go on to Kingdom Hearts to be pumped out into the world or the next world as a new person and a new heart. Our decision to do so is displayed as one singular decision in which the others around us with us inside the datascape choose to sleep, waiting to be awoken again. Ephemera and Brain, prior to these events, make it part of their mission to save everyone who chose to remain within the datascape. This is the importance of at least one of them making it back to the world outside. Now, this is important because what we know from Kingdom Hearts 3 is that when Ephemera gave his heart, when Ephemera came to Sora to help him stop the catastrophic demon tide, the scene is presented to us as if Sora is the only person who gets to see Ephemera. This indicates to me that Sora is literally having a connection with Ephemera within the heart. And thus, this gives me the idea that Ephemera, in my honest opinion, in my theory of what's going on here with him, is that he essentially became a Spectre. And what I mean by a Spectre is that he pretty much made a choice that may be similar to how Sora actually got connected to his darkness within the first place. That's right, the scene where he turns the Keyblade on himself and strikes himself in the heart to set Kyrie's heart free. And the reason why I believe this is because it appears that Ephemera has to be running around within the world as nothing more than a heart. This would explain how he can meet Sora and still be as young as he was back in the day, and this would also explain how he would have disappeared or died so long ago, according to Sigurd within Scala at Caelum. These two scenarios go hand in hand to craft the most logical theory that I think of what's going on with Ephemera. Because the important thing about showing us his Station of Awakening within Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is that now I think we do have an understanding of exactly what happened when the world ended, when Ephemera appeared after the end of that world. So let's get into it. I believe that Ephemera essentially becomes a beacon of hope. He may have used the Master Defender to change Daybreak Town to Scala at Caelum. Once he achieved this, or it could be even possible that Scala at Caelum is the world of the Master of Masters, and Daybreak Town was essentially the world that the Master of Masters created under or on top of Scala at Caelum. So he used the Master Defender to shift the world, and this is how we get the islands with the cities on them. This is why Scala at Caelum looks more so like a coastal town, and in my opinion, it kind of looks older than Daybreak Town itself. Because if you really look at it, it looks like the materials they use to create something like Scala at Caelum is very much of a more historic kind of look compared to what Daybreak Town looks like. Daybreak Town looks just a little bit more modern compared to Scala at Caelum. Scala at Caelum looks like an early civilization, whereas Daybreak Town looks more so like kind of like a modern city. It's kind of like a sort of European-esque city, but Scala at Caelum is more so like a coastal, like I guess you could say Caribbean pirates type of time, type of look. But however, moving on from that, if we really consider, you know, this to be the case, then now we have an understanding of what Kyrie's grandmother meant within the legend of the series that children saved the world from darkness. When Ephemera did this, his heart was used as like a beacon to the Keyblade wielders that fell within the real world, the Keyblade graveyard of the real world, to give them a second chance. His heart basically is like a jumping point for them to re-emerge. And this explains how the generations of Keyblade wielders come to follow. Because remember, if every world was essentially one world during the time when Daybreak Town was around, then that means when the world ended, every world ended. And we can even prove this with a certainty because in Dark Road, the worlds are only just now starting to get back to the point of being inhabited, even though they're separated from, of course, Scala at Caelum, or what used to be Daybreak Town. They're no longer one world, they're multiple individual worlds. And with that being the case, then we know that what's going on here is that Ephemera more than likely used the Master Defender. He changed the world, and then his heart was used as like a beacon to call out to other hearts. Then he must have started his lineage, which is how we get Xehanort later. But after he started his lineage, he decided to turn the Keyblade on himself, become a heart, and now he's more so like a Spectre. So in other words, Ephemera has to still be running around. And that's the importance of showing us his station of awakening when player character re-emerges. Because what essentially Missing Link is showing us is that pretty much Ephemera is the means in which a world like Scala at Caelum becomes inhabited. Because he's a Spectre. He has to be a Spectre. This is why he could even show up to Sora, and why he has the ability to awaken the hearts of the fallen Keyblades within the Keyblade graveyard. But let me know what you guys think about this. This is the Being Boy Mazia. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming and everything you do. Don't forget to keep it A-class. And wait, hold up. I did mention the foretellers. The foretellers actually bring this back around because, remember, the foretellers, in order for them to come back, they required the opening of Kingdom Hearts by the Dark Seeker. When the Dark Seeker opened Kingdom Hearts, of course, Lushu or the Master of Masters, whichever one of them that is connected to them, by Kingdom Hearts opening, I'm guessing their hearts come back out from there. And it's the same thing with Ephemera. Through the connections that he has, which he had connections with pretty much almost every foreteller. As you look on his heart, you can see every foreteller. So, thus, everyone connected to said foretellers or their union members or, their followers, they are susceptible to being embraced by this, I guess you could say embraced, by this beacon that Ephemera becomes. So that's the importance of why all of the foretellers are there. And then you got Ephemera and Scold, who's probably Subject X. Scold is here. Like, it's not like all of his friends are here, or all of the union members are here. Shit, player character isn't even there. So it's potentially possible that Scold, if she is Subject X, it seems like Zigbar may have taken her back to this time in the past. But let me know what you guys think about this. This has been your boy Mazia. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming and everything you do. Don't forget to keep it A-class. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace the heck out.